Hello, it's Meg. Um, I want to do the tag Tarot for Tender Times, and it is a VR to Sasha Lopez and Cassandra at a Riffle in Time. I've been starting this video over and over again for like 20 minutes. So I'm just sitting here with my head in my hands, like, oh my god, please let this be it. I've said Sasha Lopez and Cassandra at a Riffle in Time so many times. Anyway, Sasha made the video and then Cassandra turned into a tag. And I'm like, I keep stopping because I can't. I'm so tired and I can't like make sense. And then I'm like, ooh, maybe it'll get better. Meanwhile, I'm getting more and more tired. It's so stupid. Okay. But I really want to do this. I'm like, I can't go to bed until I do this. It's all very silly. Tarot for Tender Times. I feel like all my decks are for tender times. They're for all times, really. I don't know. But also, the ones that I feel like called to have sort of a theme to me, I think. Or they take on that quality when I'm needing that at the time. And some decks I feel are better suited. And for me, the overarching like theme, I guess, of this would be like decks that feel now connecting and expansive. I'm gonna start with the Dharma Tarot, and the reason is I actually don't think I like this deck. Beautiful Johnny bag. I've been using this one for a bit now, and I don't think I like it. But it's just these 9 cards or so that have, it's like 9 out of 78 cards, right? Maybe even more, who knows. At least 78 cards that have these words on them, and I just really hate the font, so I'm like, I don't like this. But it's not even the deck. I'll show the deck. I really enjoy it, but the thing that I like the most is the book. And so if you were curious, I would really recommend the book. It's been amazing. So let's, like, I'll wait, we gotta put the other card. Where did I just put that stack of cards? That is crazy. Oh, they're right here. Just like taking parts of the deck apart and then misplacing them. I love these backs though. That's incredible. The Magician. Okay. So there's something just generally expansive about Buddhism, I suppose. Okay. Forms as emptiness, the body as Buddha, the art as enlightenment. They are all considered to be nothing other than Danichi's cosmic self-expression. Keywords: focus, imagination, inspiration, creativity, time to begin, willpower, productivity, vigor, purpose, a conduit, seeker, self-cultivation, self-discipline, balance. And I guess I'm also commenting on the book specifically because when you do buy the deck, you have to buy the book separate. And I wish I just bought the book. I guess I like the deck enough, and I want to keep using it too. But I really like. I guess I couldn't have known. Like if I just bought the deck, I'm sure I would like it. But knowing how much I like the book, it's very good. Okay, I don't know how to say some of these words, so we're gonna do our best. Like the sun shining everywhere, Vairocana, known in Japan as Danichi Niroyai, banishes the darkness of ignorance with omnipresent awakening. He has the all-accommodating wisdom of suchness, of reality unimpeded by concepts and binaries, which protects against delusion and ignorance. His elegant hands are held in the teaching mudra, showing his readiness to teach the Dharma to anyone who will listen. Okay, blah, blah, blah. The magician is shown working with the elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Okay, let's see here. In Shingon Buddhism, recognizing our unity with the suchness is enlightenment. We can take our refuge in the jewel of enlightenment that is within us. There's no use looking outside ourselves and no use asking someone else to look for us. Only by searching our own true nature will we find liberation. As the cosmos is a manifestation of our arcana, the magician manifests reality from our imagination. The tools to turn ideas solid are on the table. Excitement at a new idea leads to focus and a drive to action. What resources and skills do you have, and which do you need to learn? Where are you feeling pulled to concentrate your creativity? How can you bring your body, speech, and mind into an alignment with to achieve your dreams? The magician is the first step towards something solid. So every entry in this book has these like questions in this last paragraph, and I find that to be really expansive. So even like literally expansive, like you can just draw this card and then have that card focus your reading, you know, like, okay, now I'm gonna ask these questions, and in that there's an expansion of the reading, but also like if you're journaling about it, there when there's questions, there's curiosity, and there's like a chance to learn more, to become, you know, bigger, or I don't know how to like word this, but I think you know what I mean. I hope. Become brighter. So I really like this book a lot. Because it shares something, it shares a perspective, and then it asks questions too. So it's not just telling you, it's inviting you to think for yourself. Fun, neat expansion. Okay. The other decks is sort of a category. Oh, I guess an extension of that category of deck is this Trickster's Journey Tarot, which is another Buddhist deck. But this one is going to cover a theme of Pip deck. So for me, when I'm having an especially like tender time, sometimes I find, you know, depending on the deck, but just generally like a lot of decks to be very overstimulating visually, whatever. Like I simply just, I can't take in that much information. And I think that in general, Pip decks can be expansive because there's less there. So there's more room for your own experience or intuition or whatever to come in there. And I guess I don't find, you know, like a collage deck like Telesma or something like that to be stifling, because there is so much going into a reading, right? There's like the time of day, the time of year, you know, is the person that's getting the reading having a bad day, the person who's giving the reading, you know what I mean? Like there's just so many factors that go into like every moment that I don't think that that's stifling. But for me, when I'm having tender times, I need a something like this. Like I need something that's just like more simple and going to provide more room and space. It's also just sort of soft and beautiful, which I think helps. Summers are tender. I think it's, for me, it's like it's like an overstimulation, but I'm excited, you know? Like there's a buzzing, and I live somewhere where there's harsh winters. And I came across a video. I was going through like my videos on my phone, which I film with, and deleting things, and it was like, I was like, what is this? And I watched it. It was from like March. And it was a video I'd put up. It was like decks that I was cleaning out of this space that I needed to move out because I wanted to try different things. And the way that the sun was shining in the video and everything, I was like, oh, so oppressive. I was like the sun is really just so much better in the summertime. But the thing about the sun in the summer is that it's just like, it's like 8 p.m. and it's still really sunny out. And I'm like, that is also oppressive in a different way. Anyway, that was a little side quest. That was a little side tangent. So pip decks are also a tender time type of deck for me. Actually, I think that there's one that I want to pull out to use soon. I think it's a... See, my other issue too is that I'm in a summer deck mode, and I need all my decks to weather the storm of like sweaty hands, dirt, you know. And some decks I want to pull out don't feel that way. They feel too nice, you know. They're too good. The next sort of category of deck is going to be plant decks. So this is the Tree Spirit Tarot. This is the Flower Speaks Oracle. Flower energy cards from Alaskan Flower Essences. There's another one I want to pull too. We're going to make it work. The Green Gold Ancestral Plant Spirit Oracle deck. I think this one's out of print, which is such a bummer because it's so good. Okay, you guys, let's email them all at once. And be like, excuse me, can you reprint this? Because I'm telling you it's really good. Hold on, where's the book? I'll read the book and then you'll be like, yes, actually, please, I want that. So for me, another thing that helps in tender times, like I said, is this expansion. And part of that is reminding myself that I'm not alone. And plants are friends. Trees, plants. And they're everywhere, you know? Even if you live in the city, they're there. And I have a book recommendation for that too. I'll put it in the description box. I can't think of the name right now. It's, I feel like the person who wrote it is named Judith. It should be over here. This is so annoying of me to do. Yeah. Judith Berger. I wanted to say Judith Butler. That's not true though. Herbal Rituals by Judith Berger. I actually brought this out because of tender times. So this book has wow, little mantras. February quickening. I brought this book out when I was having my first baby. That's makes so much sense. January, Resting Being Listening. The person who wrote this lives in New York City, grew up there, lived there her whole life, and has a beautiful relationship with plants. And I got this when I lived in the city, and it was very helpful. Because sometimes it felt like, I don't know, like I wanted to be in the middle of nowhere, only surrounded by plants. So there's recipes for like a thyme bath, thyme honey, and for every month. Wow. Let's see what this month is. It's gonna be January soon, so let's do that. July. Did I say January soon? Jeez Louise. Okay, Thriving. Fingers crossed. Wish there were some affirmations in this one. Okay, so Thriving. In the creation myths of many cultures, the source of all life is imagined as a vast oceanic mother. Within the vessel of her body, she contains, nurtures, and shapes the undeveloped form of life within her watery womb and bursts them into a land revealed as she recedes onto her own dark mystery. yeah. Um, Whoa. Until quite recently, as we bathed in rivers, as we carried water from stream or well to home, humans had frequent sensuous intercourse with this fundamental source of life and thriving. Whoa. Okay. Red clover. Very fun. Red raspberry. Red clover. Red clover and rice. Fresh red clover blossoms picked in the morning dew, short grain brown rice, garlic, rice vinegar, or an herbal vinegar. Dude, everyone's sleeping on herbal vinegars. So good. So good. Whoa. Okay, here. Infusion of the flowers is effective in relieving the pain of arthritis and is useful in providing relief of the sometimes intense pain related to rheumatoid arthritis and autoimmune condition. Amazing. And it has like information like that too, like the calcium content, like stuff like that, whatever you need. Red clover cough syrup. And then there was only red clover. No, there was red raspberry. I said that. So there was a red raspberry recipe for red raspberry pops, red raspberry leaf infusion, organic apple juice, and popsicle trays. I feel like you want to add some honey or something into that. And then there's tea, which is red raspberry leaves, nettle, mugwort, and yum. So anyway, Tender Times book suggestion 2, just feeling connected to things that are larger, or I don't know if larger is the word, because it's just also, you know, a part of us. These 2 decks I always have just like with me, or nearby. This one always, and then this one most of the time. I think of the coconut card in this deck a lot. I think it's very funny. It makes me laugh. I don't know, just something about this deck. Just the photos, and I feel like crying thinking about it. Oh man, all the trees. I just want to like visit some trees that I used to know, or I still know. I made essences of them. This coconut, it's Coconut Journey. Makes me laugh. I think about it sometimes. I just think about this coconut just bobbing around in the water. It's funny. Pineapple weed. I'm not sure that I can say more or think about more right now than just like that when I'm having a tender time, connecting back to the things that matter to me, the things that are around me is part of the medicine, you know? And like the idea too in this one that's like an ancestral plant too, like these, and then pineapple weed is a plant of childhood to me. Like I have very, very distinct memories, not many at all from my childhood that are there at all or pleasant. And pineapple weed is like, I remember this plant. I remember going to daycare and like eating 4-leaf clovers, you know, like, and they were like, and I remember how they taste too. And I remember pineapple weed they're so small a lot of the times. And they always seemed so big, and like, just what a mystery. Like, just, oh, man, so cool. And that's something that I want to be reminded of in those tender times. These things are there. They're there to nourish us in a lot of different ways. Beautiful. Let's read from this book, because I really like this book too. Let's read the rose one. What a beautiful purslane. I love purslane. Man, we'll read that one also. We'll read it first. Purslane, I am a living prayer. Strength can be measured in one's receptiveness to the many and their adaptation in response to the many. My team gathers around me as I follow the lessons of those who came before us and teach from the fields of wisdom that broke me free. Beautiful. Africa, Asia, Europe, Oceania. Leaf, Mercury, the liberating educator. Purslane is really cool. It's a really good ground cover, and it has like one of the highest contents of omega-3s, plant contents. Anyway, we're in the P's. That's before our rose. Africa, Asia, Europe, North America. Oh, I also recently learned that, well, I learned it from Mariana at Happening by Chance, that there are a different number of continents depending on where you live. And I did a poll in a Discord group that I'm in, and everyone had different answers because they live all over. And I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Okay. Or like North America, it's silly. Okay. I am the freedom to fully and radically unfold. I have known the dense gravity of being self-contained within a bud. So I unfurl my wild magic authentically, and I wake into my new universe. Myself I am, and can only be, the source of love everlasting. It's such a good book. It's so good. This book is also really good. You could just get the book, because you have to get them separately. You see, because sometimes the pictures, you're like, maybe I don't like this. Maybe that's not my style. But it has the Latin names, and then it has like message challenge, but it also will talk about it also says if they're endangered too. Monkey puzzle adventure, endangered. It signals a time of increased creative energy, discovering new adventures. And then it talks about its history, like the history of the tree, and in some cases like the folklore of the tree. It's also a good book. The bigger book for this is also good. It's out of print, and it's hard to find the bigger book as well. But I don't know, you don't really need, I don't use the bigger book. And then this one just is keywords, affirmations on the back. Wow. I feel like I didn't say anything. I do remember, my brain is working in one way. I remember Cassandra said she doesn't remember what she said right after she said it, and she was having a brain fog time, and like me, same all the time. I literally have no idea what's going on right now. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the green gold, it's so beautiful. It sits out here, and these two go with me. If I'm like leaving the house and I'm like, oh no, I need to bring a deck with me, these are the ones that I will take. The next deck is the Marielle, and this one sort of goes with, it's a very connecting and expansive deck also. A lot to do with the guidebook, and my like relationship and experiences with it, but also, yeah, the guidebook. You can just get this is the first edition, you can just get the second edition, get the guidebook, read it, it's awesome. She's just connecting and synthesizing like so much information that it's really comforting. It's like it's extremely comforting. I love it so much. The images are also beautiful and moving. But I find the guidebook to be the thing that makes me feel expansive. It's like, oh yeah, okay. Like this is all connected. We're all connected. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Hope and peace and love and trust. Everything is all of us. And this is a deck too that I've had for a really long time. This is one of my first decks. This is the deck that made me, like, the first deck that really blew me away. And every time I read the book, I'm like reminded or surprised or and I think a lot of people, I don't know, the other thing about this deck too is like I feel like it's ahead of its time. I think that if you made this deck now, like if this deck came out now, people would be like losing their shit again. Like it would be incredible. And I'm not sure that there's like that many decks that are like that are sort of like you could bring out the Terrestrial Tarot again, and I think a lot of people would think it's cool and really like it, but this book, this like whole thing is incredible, and I think that it's a very universally like appreciated thing. And I think that at the time there were some people that couldn't appreciate some of the art, which is why they changed some of it in the second edition, but I think now it would be more welcome. Also, the fact that it took her like 20 years to make this, that's crazy. And like that can also be comforting, right? Like just like dedication and like a commitment to a process, like being in it. I think it's I really love this deck. I'm always like, why am I not using that right now? I was just using this for daily card pulls for quite some time, which happens multiple times a year, but it really could just be like the only deck that I own. Like there's decks that I would miss, but I just love that one so much. Okay, I'm back. I needed to go to sleep. So the last two decks that I wanted to talk about for Tarot for Tender Times and this idea of like expansion and connection is With Your Heart in Your Hand and Liminal Lilac. These are the two that I'm using right now for these tender times that I'm currently going through and like, or a part of, or, you know, exist within. And I think that they're both really good examples of what I've been talking about, like connecting and expanding. I'll say more about this one specifically because I feel like I just made 2 videos about this where I talk a lot about how I feel about it. And something that I've been doing with this is drawing a random card and then finding that color in my environment. And I find that that's been, you know, connecting, grounding right here. And then it's this. I don't know. I really love it. And then finding something too. In spreads I've been doing drawing some cards and then finding a color that is the same in all of those cards. Yeah, I don't want to repeat myself. I think specifically in my Liminal Lilac pairing video, I talked about this card. And feeling like, and it doesn't have to be this deck, you know, like you can have this experience. There's a lot of decks that I'm sure that like have this feeling too, but this is just like, it feels for me like a unique experience that I had with this deck. And I don't know, I guess I would have to think. I've had very like touching and, you know, moving, etc. experiences with decks in this journey, but this card, I picked a color and it made me feel very connected to everything, and not just this image or this place, but also the time doesn't exist either. I don't want to elaborate, but I talked about that in this video, and I really, really, really like this deck a lot. I keep thinking about it. Both of these decks, this one, the With Your Heart in Your Hand as well. Another very connecting and expansive deck. There's something atmospheric about this, as well as the Liminal Lilac. I'm like not an inside guy. I'm oh my gosh, like an extroverted introvert or something. Someone was telling me recently about like a certain type of introvert that seems like an extrovert, or like is also an extrovert. And I think my mom is like that too. Sort of like combining traits of both of my parents, I guess. But this deck makes me feel that, I guess, like this sort of like introverted extrovert. Like it makes me want to be in community, be around people, go out into the world and live life and experience life. It's a very satirizing deck. This character in this deck too, so not these two cards, but there's he's in a third card, and I was like, the third card, it was like I was having a very like neurodivergent sort of like reaction to it for me, which was like, don't, like, why are you looking right at me? Like, stop looking at me. I don't want to be perceived. And I keep getting that card, and now I was bothered by it, and now I'm like, now I like it. I don't know. I'm just like, okay. It's the Five of Cups was the other card where I was like, why are you, don't look at me. But it's the Nine of Cups. But yeah, just this like, I don't know. And then some of the style too, like this Nine of Pentacles, like, I've like been in this place, you know, and like, it's just like about the places that we've been and the places we can go and like in our life. That's what it is to me. Here it is, Nine of Cups. I think it is also a good Nine of Cups, but, and there's two of them. I keep them all in for now. And if I, you know, get annoyed with them or something, I'm like, I can just get them out of here. But yeah, it feels expansive. In the same way that, not in the same way, like it's all different. It's encouraging me to review boundaries, and time and attention and things like that. Like, what are the decks that remind one of their values? I think that this is one of those for me. Anyway, that's all of the decks. So I don't remember what I said yesterday. I know it was like something plant decks. I was very, very tired. But I wanted to wrap it up with these two because these are the two that I am carrying around with me and messing around with right now. And there's like, I keep having this feeling too lately where I'm like, I don't need any more decks. I mean, I'm like so content with the ones I have, and then I get some and I'm like, yes, and I want to use them, and it's interesting. But then there's also a few that I want to get because I also like enjoy collecting decks too, and enjoy having them around if I do decide to use them. Oh man, I just had a really fun idea of pairing With Your Heart in Your Hand and the green gold, and then also probably oof, I don't know. But definitely these two, right? I really like this deck as well. But it's kind of like summertime right now, and I'm like, I don't need a plant deck. And if I do want one, I'm reaching for Flower Speaks. Because it's just like, it's all right outside, and it feels like a really, and maybe it's just like, you know, these are sort of playing into like a different feeling, like an even more expansive way. Like, you know, depending on the tender time we just need that immediate, like, outside exists, like touch grass, here's a card that can help with that if like grass does not exist, or you know, you're stuck in an office and you can't go out to go do those things. Like, just a reminder, like, your friends are always around and it's the elm down the street or something. Which I love. I'm like very, very grateful for that, the cultivating of that relationship. Even if it's like it's one of those friendships, it's one of those relationships where you like might be gone for, like, you might not even think about it for a certain amount of time, but you hang out again and it's like not a day has passed, you know. And I really, everyone needs that. Everyone needs that in some way. And if you can't find it in people for whatever reason, it's like absolutely available in other ways. Maybe you're an extroverted introvert too. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good summer, and it's hard. I live in a place where like summer is kind of intense because it's so dark and cold, or different. It's just different for most of the year. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why so many decks too. I could see. I mean, the fantasy. I'm just rambling. Okay. Anyway, I can't wait to see more people do this tag, and it's so funny because it's like I see. Oh, man. Okay, anyway.